YouTube. I don't like this isn't a song, it's not a blog, it's just something I thought about. It's a poem that my dad had written for me and my brothers and sisters a long time ago. Basically just stating a dream that he had within the circumstances of a jail cell. And it's just his life behind bars, basically put into a dream. And it was a real eye opener for him. And maybe through me reading this poem, it'll be an eye opener for somebody else. And it'll help you to understand and live your life the way you know you ought to be living it and not the way you think you should be living it, because not everything that you think you ought to be doing, you should be doing. It's just a matter of time before the things that you're doing, whether it be illegal, criminal, legal, whatever it may be, it's just a matter of time before it catches up to you, and a matter of time before you end up in trouble and behind bars. And in this day and time, we're trying to save as much youth as we can and keep as much youth out of jail and out of trouble and from being killed, because about 80% of all black people are killed die or at the hands of another black person. And that is something that we have to change, because us black people, us Latinos, us Mexicans, us whites, Caucasians, Colombians, whatever race, nationality you are, we have to stick together and band together as one to make the community as well as the world and environment a better place to live in, because it just strikes fear when you know that every morning you wake up not knowing if it's your last day or you're going to take your last breath or your last meal. You never know. So us as a whole have to band together and love one another together for who we are, nothing more and nothing less. Anyways, the poem that I'm about to read is called An Old Angel's Cry. And it says, while sleeping one night, I had a dream. It left a tale to tell. I dreamed I had saw an angel, and she wasn't looking well. Her body was bruised and battered, and her wings were ripped and torn. I saw that she could barely walk. She was tired. Her hope was worn. I walked over there and asked her, Angel, how could this be? She tried to smile as she gathered her thoughts. I'm your guardian angel, quite the task as you can see. You've lived a very wild life. With that you must agree. You've broken laws and broken hearts. What you see, you've done. These bruises are from shielding you. The alcohol you've used so dangerously. I often paid the bill. My wings, you see, are ripped and torn, a noble badge that I bear. So many times they've shielded you from your perils. You were aware. Yes, each mark bears a story of pains and danger. I've destroyed. You've made me wish more than once that I was unemployed. If only you could embrace life and choose to do so on your own, it would stop your pain and suffering that comes from being alone. I will always be here to watch over you until my powers fail. As for when that will be, all I can say is I'm getting old and frail. When I woke up, I thought about the dream for how much she seemed to care. Then I looked around my prison cell and my heart sank in despair. As for some kind of life within these walls, I wondered, why even try? Then distantly I thought I heard a frail old angel cry. Like I said, I don't know what triggered his mind through that dream to write this poem. But maybe he made it because he felt like it would touch my life. And maybe he knew that I would broadcast his poem and it could touch somebody else's life. Because spoken word as well as music is sometimes just the key to answers, and it opens many doors for people who don't have quite an understanding or don't have that much of a social life and don't really know what to do. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is to help somebody else, not just me. Maybe it's out there to help these girls out here that's lived so long without dads, and they've been in a single parent home with mothers, and mothers cannot always do the job that the father is supposed to do. So maybe that's what it is. But whatever it is, I just want to say, Dad, I love you, I miss you, and there's always going to be that bond between me and you, because we're like best friends. We're not like father and daughter, we're like best friends. Even though you raised me the best you could from a jail cell, you still made a way for me to do things that I wanted to do. I'm a senior now in high school, I'm making it the best I can, keeping myself out of trouble the best I know how. Not saying that I'm perfect, because God knows that I'm not. I still make my way, I still make my falls, I still have my flaws. But all in all, I still make it in. I make a way. And even when there is no way that I seem that I can find, I still find a way out, just like I found a way in. I love you, Dad, no matter what. Keep your head up, stay strong, and I'll see you soon. So you get home and ready for the jail cells to be like clink, clink, locked down, and just let you out and see you home. So I can just give you a warm hug, and I can see your face every day. Whether I come home from school, come home from work, had a bad day, or if I'm boo-hooing and crying, at least I can say, well, my dad was there to hold my hand. My dad was there to hold me and say it was going to be okay. But even now, over the phone from a jail cell, you still do that job quite well. Love you, Daddy.